Hi, and welcome back to the Above Marketing Tips podcast. Today we are here together. It's been a while, and I'm very excited to have this organic chat about AI because it's a hot topic, and all the marketeers are always discussing about different AI tools and how to be more efficient and all those AI hacks and everything. Sounds very exciting and it feels like there's so much happening all the time. But let's discuss the other side of that coin because I feel that there's also this underlying feeling of feeling tired, of having this AI fatigue, and getting exhausted as a consumer of content, having to read all that AI generated text. So, Mari-Liis.
Hi, great to be back with you again. It's really has been a while. And I agree, I really want to talk about AI because, first of all, yes, there's a big hype around it, which I personally don't like at all. And the second thing I see also is that there are people who are already kind of giving up with AI even before trying. So because it's too overwhelming. So there are people are confused. Either there is too much about it or they don't do anything. So what do you think? Should we avoid AI on our daily job?
No, I don't think so. But I think it's all about having the right balance. But what I see, there's a lot of this AI training, AI workshops, which is of course very good because when, a new thing comes, then I understand it from the perspective of those companies offering this AI coaching and things like that. Of course, it is necessary. But I also feel that there's like too much of it. Like it's all like AI everywhere. Like how to use AI in marketing, how to use AI in analysis, how to use AI in whatever. And I'm not opposed to that at all. But I think that a lot of people go there with the expectation that I will go to that training for, let's say, 2 hours, and then I will walk out of it, and then I'm like completely like ready to use AI in my daily systems. But this is such a common thing that I think both of us have seen that it's not only about AI trainings, but trainings in general, that people go to like this conference or seminar expecting to gain that new skill immediately, and then like everything will change. But I think that with AI especially, the only way things will change is if you like put the hours into it, like you start messing around with it, working with it, learning on the go, because you can like read about it a lot, you can like see others using it, but unless you like put in the work, then it's very hard to grasp it.
So it all comes down to the implementation part.
Absolutely, yes.
In
And
everything
that's
we
why,
do.
yeah, nothing changes unless you change something. So I think this is especially true with AI.
But let's talk about AI in marketing.
Yes.
So I understand people are too overwhelmed with learning all the AI tools, etc. So where should one start if they feel like, they are feeling they're, I don't know, behind everybody already because they haven't applied maybe AI at all in their work. So where should one start with an AI?
Well, I think that the best way to start is just to open the AI tool and, start messing around with it.
Which tool?
There's a lot different. So either ChatGPT, which is very popular, Gemini, Claude.
Start chatting.
Yes, just start chatting. And I think if you know what to ask, then it can also direct you in the right direction. But I think that with marketing, especially, it is very important to, again, be aware that AI is not going to do some magic unless you have like a very solid foundation. And I think that this strategy part can feel like, oh, it's such a boring part and I want to skip that and get straight into action, like, posting and everything. But I feel like if you don't have that solid strategy in place, then what happens is that all the content that any of us create without, that additional input will be the same. So that's what I see on LinkedIn, for example, a lot. like people posting, different people with different expertise, but it is all starting to sound the same because it's the same, AI structure. AI really likes, like solid, like short sentences, for example, or like having these bullet points, or starting with a specific emoji, or using this sentence construct, which is like, it's not about this, it's about this. And once you start like noticing it, then it feels so like as a reader, like there's so much fluff and you want to get to the point of it, but AI just makes like all the texts look really nice and really like professional, but it's really hard to get, the point out of it unless it is like very well thought through. But I think it's, tempting to skip that strategy part.
I think the AI is another flashy thing on marketers' table, to be honest. And many people are, after it because, everybody are doing that without exactly, thinking first, how is it best to use it. So we are not against AI. We just see too much that it's not authentic what people put out there. And I think the first thing you should do is to just start using AI prompts in a right way, because as you all know, AI wants to it wants you to like it, right? So it does everything that you ask, and it always appreciates you, and so on. But you should really learn how to work with it so that it would be, constructive work, and it's clear and it's focused. What is it what you want to say? And it should really be trained to be talking like you do usually, or like your brand does it, right? So that's why I would say start with, learning how to prompt and what are the things you would tell it not to do or to do for you. For example, yes, no hype, no fluff, no, AI. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I would say this is the first thing where to start. And also what we notice a lot in our practice is that people are using AI, but they forget about their own authenticity, meaning that yes, it is correct, the information you put out there, but there's no soul in it. Exactly. So AI amplifies everything you put into that. So make sure that it's not just a robot talking there. Again, coming down to the prompts, really. So please just take more time with the prompts and hurry slowly, because it will only amplify stupid things nowadays. So I'm really worried about a overwhelming usage of it. And I know that most of you who are listening this can agree that yes, I see that the companies and brands are using too much AI content. It doesn't feel authentic. It doesn't feel, good to read it. You will recognize all the pictures made by AI. At first, maybe it looked like, oh, it's cool, I want to see more about it. But for example, I know myself, when I see AI generated picture, I don't bother even to read what is next to it, because I know that, okay, it's done by AI, and they don't even bother to, put something out themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. And I think, people say sometimes like, oh, we're all going to lose our jobs and AI is going to take over the world. But I think it's going to be like going in that direction for a while, like AI everywhere. And then it's going to be like too much, because as humans, we are the same. We still want to, connect to another person. We have those same needs for belonging, needs to, be heard and seen as an actual person. So I think that actually this AI hype will, the trend will go down eventually.
For sure.
And of course, AI will remain. It's going to be like part of our lives, I think forever, like in some aspects.
Just like internet.
Yes, just like internet, but it's not going to be like every day we have to think like, how can we use more of AI? It's going to be still like the same questions remain in marketing, like who is my target audience, first of all? How can I connect with them? Will AI generated content, connect with them? I don't think so. It's going to be, an actual conversation, an event, people coming together, like those needs will still be there. So I think you have to start with the foundation anyway.
Yeah, I know it's usually easier to skip the foundation because you don't know the answers for
Yeah.
your business.
Yeah.
So that's the hardest part. But I would say that you're just wasting time, money, resources when you don't build the strong foundation. So don't start with building workflows or building, I don't know, fancy AI systems. Just start with the basics, really, so that AI will really know who you are, who is your target audience, and what's in it for them, not for you. That is still here, and that is still, I think, the most important thing. So yeah, I don't think that, especially as a small or medium-sized business, you need like a, I don't know, huge investment into AI before you are clear about your own foundations and about who are your target audience and what's in it for them, and what are the different other touch points also when you're communicating with them, because it's not just the being visible digitally, it's also being, I don't know, accessible offline as well, right? So there are many different touch points, and AI is just a tiny whiny thing maybe that, of course, can help you. It can make your processes much more efficient. So I wouldn't say that the jobs that we are losing jobs, but the jobs are changing. So we will be more like AI agents for sure.
Operators.
Yeah, operators. Of course, it's very convenient, and it's even smart to, I don't know, gather different data with the help of AI. Let's say you want to understand what are your competitors doing on the marketplace, or do some analysis or research with that. Of course, it makes it easier and more efficient, but still, don't just use it for the sake of putting out overwhelming content there, which is already, people are tired of that, which is crazy.
Yeah, exactly. And I also think that, for example, yes, you can use AI to create the marketing strategy, but do you know to ask all the right questions? Because, AI will answer the question that you give it to them. But as you have said, you don't know what you don't know. So I think that's where still, humans who have that real life expertise will come in. They can guide you, they don't have to do all the work for you, for example, but they can, give you the framework to use. And that's why we also have those marketing frameworks accessible inside the Powerful Marketers Hub. We have some, shorter versions that are free to use and also compatible with AI. And we also have like these more comprehensive workflows, because if you just go to AI and say, please give me a marketing strategy without giving any additional input, it's going to be very generic and it's not going to help you actually stand out in the marketplace. And I agree with what you said before, that most companies, even established companies, don't really know, like, how do they differ from others? Like, do they differ like through the product? Like, what are the, like what's the difference?
What's in it for me? Why should I buy from you? Because every other company are offering similar things, maybe.
Yeah, and I see a lot of companies saying like, oh, I don't have any competitors, for example, or that my product is suitable for everybody. And yes, it may be true, but like, what's your plan on how you're going to stand out? Like you have to have this idea at least first, and then you can describe it to AI. Like, yes, my most important target audience is this one. Then I have secondary target audience and so on. And this is how my product differs from others. And this is what my company values are, because I think these are also very, very important, especially nowadays when we do have so many products and services. It's not that you are forced to choose like the only provider who offers like this one product, that you have to like showcase your values. And once you are very clear on those things, then you can start using AI for your content, for, different things. But you have to still be behind the wheel and be on that road going towards your destination.
100%. And that just reminded me that, there are different generations on the marketplace, and AI doesn't know how to communicate with all of them, right? And probably you need those target audiences and different communication strategies for all of them, not just because of how to train AI, but to make sure that they perceive information the way you want them to perceive it, and they would engage with your brand, right? So it's going to be another episode about that, much longer probably, but still just to keep that in mind, because not everybody even are using AI. People are not even using very much social media anymore because they are just running away from it because it's too overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of challenges for us as marketers, as a salespeople, to how to reach out to your audiences.
Yeah.
So AI won't help you with that here. I'm sorry to tell you that if you're not clear yourself first.
Yeah. So you can chase that efficiency, but if you want to achieve that connection, then it's not going to happen by being super efficient and not, having to do the work.
Yeah.
Because if you get actually your like target audience in the same room and you create an experience for them, and then they really feel seen and appreciated, then they're gonna be excited about it, and then they're gonna tell their friends, and that's how you can grow as a brand.
So yeah, join Vaher Marketers Hub, because this is where we are happy to give you feedback about your messages, and we talk, of course, also a lot about AI tools and how to prompt AI and how to work with towards being more efficient with AI. But of course, we always start with a foundation and basics. So who is your client? What's in it for them? How you will be accessible online, offline for them, and so on. So yes, thank you for tuning in, and hope to see you in the hub.
Thank you. Bye bye.